What's going on? It's Brett Snodgrass, Freedom Friday in the hizzy house, in the hizzy house. What's up? Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about small steps to freedom. Freedom is like a huge picture, right? Think about a painting. It's the guy who, what was the guy's name that used to do the painting, the real soft strokes and put some birds up here. Bob, man, what was his name? I forget. But it's a huge painting, right? Freedom is a very extravagant painting. And when I talk about freedom, a lot of us don't know where to start. And because it's just a huge elephant. It's just this huge complicated thing. So today we're going to be talking about taking small steps towards the bigger picture. Small strokes of the paintbrush to get to the bigger picture, right? The painters, they don't start off with that amazing picture that they painted. They start off with a blank canvas and they start painting the strokes. So we're taking small steps towards the bigger freedom. Um, I like to say the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? Which I don't know why I said they say that. Like, who wants to eat an elephant? But how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. So let's make it in food terms. How do you eat a giant wedding cake? You eat it one bite at a time, right? So, where I would recommend starting is this: how much money do you need to be free? Most of us are doing this business to make money, right? It could be a side hustle, it could be a full-time job, it could be a full-time thing, but we're really doing it to make money, and we hope that that money will help one day bring us freedom. Most of the time that's why we do this. That's why we start our own business, so that we can have freedom of money and freedom of time, so that one day we can make enough money to have freedom of time. And so I want you to ask yourself and write this number down. How much money do you need to be free? They say, like, the retirement financial advisors, how much money do you need when you're retired to not work? Well, I like to think about that. Like, how much money do you need to be free? Maybe it's a pile of money. Maybe it's cash flow, right? Maybe it's how many notes that you have. So, how much money do you need to be free? I remember back in the day, I was 27, 28 years old, and my number was $1.8 million. I don't know why I came up with that number, but I pulled it out. So I don't do this, but I pulled that number out and I said, I need $1.8 million so that I could be free. And the way I got that is as I said, how much money do I need to invest to make 10% of my money to be free? And I said, well, if I have $1.8 million and I invested it and I made 10% on that money, I would make 180,000 a year. And I said I could live a really nice life on 180,000 a year. So that was my number. Is that right or wrong? I don't know. But what is your number? And be realistic about it. I did my last Freedom Friday was that freedom doesn't have to cost you millions. It doesn't. I was on a podcast the other day and their freedom number was just to cover their bills was like $5,200 a month. That was to cover their bills. So they needed cash flow of $5,200 a month to be free. So be realistic. Mine, I don't think was realistic. I could have been free probably with $1 million or 800, whatever, and invested. I didn't need 180,000 a year. So be realistic with it. What is it that would cover your bills to be free? After you do that, come up with your number. Um, Start thinking about your time, because that's freedom. Really, freedom is about time. It's about time to do what you really love doing. It's about really choosing your time. The thing is, time can be expensive, right? Because you need money to buy your time to do what you want to do. And most people don't do what they want to do because they have to make money. So start writing down everything that you do. And this is about time. So the first part was about money. This is about time. Start writing down everything that you do and take an inventory of everything that you do in a week. What do you do in a week? You work. Okay. How many hours do you work? What do you do in your work? Right. I'm not saying you work. Say, what do you do in your work? You play with your kids, write that down. How many hours you do that? You put your kids to bed, doing a date night with your wife. Hopefully, you're doing that, or your spouse. Um, how much time do you spend on social media? Take an inventory of that. I got this app the other day. I think it was called Moment, and it tracks how many times I pick up my phone and how long I'm on social media. And it's crazy. Like, I'm not on social media that much, but I pick up my phone like 50 times a day. And if you know the brain, that transition wastes time. So write that down. So take an inventory on that. How much time you spend on social media? How much time do you spend watching TV, cooking, cleaning, personal and business? How many hours do you have? Right? You got 24 hours in a day. What do you do during those hours? Sleep. Write down everything. Everything should be accounted for. When you do a budget of money, you account for everything, every dollar. Same thing with time. Do an inventory of time. You're budgeting your time. Do an inventory of your time and account for every minute. After you have everything down, start figuring out what you need to eliminate. There's certain things on that list that you shouldn't be doing. This is truth. You shouldn't be doing, or you shouldn't be doing them that long. Start crossing off those things, right? And just do it small steps. Don't cross off 20 different things. Cross off one for this week. Say, hey, I'm not going to do this week, and cross it off. The next week, do the same thing. So start crossing off the things that waste time that you shouldn't be doing at all. Next, take an inventory of what do you hate on that list. You're like, oh my gosh, I do this. Hate it. Sucks. Take an inventory of that. What do you hate? Take an inventory of what are you not good at? Like, I'd have to do this because it's for my business or my personal life, but I'm not good at it. I can name a lot of things that I'm not good at. Cleaning the house, not good at that. Mowing the grass, nope, not good at it. There's a lot of things I'm not good at, but I have to do it, maybe. And that's the thing you have to ask yourself. Do I really have to do this? Because 99% of the time, the answer is no. You don't have to do it. It might cost you money. It goes back to the first question. It might cost you money to delegate it, but it might make you money to delegate it, because when you free up your time, you can go do the things that make you money, right? So start with that list, start crossing things off, and I would start delegating the things that you hate and the things that you're not good at. It can be business and it can be personal. I'm going to do a freedom show on freedom hacks for your personal life, and that's going to be a really good show. But start delegating the things that you hate and that you're not good at. So when you think about your business, and this is what I mean by small, you got your acquisitions department, you got your dispositions department, you got administrative and transaction department. A lot of your time is wasted by doing administrative tasks. That's the first thing I really started to eliminate, is my administrative tasks. These tasks don't make me money. The acquisitions does, right? So I need to free up my time from these administrative tasks so I can go make more money. And then the next one is, I hated acquisitions, right? So that was the next thing I delegated out. So start small, and then eventually, let's say you got 100 things on your list, you're just crossing them off. And eventually you're going to whittle that down to the things that you really love. There's certain things that you do that you really love or you wouldn't do them. So you whittle that down to the things that you love, and that is freedom. So go figure out your number. How much money is it going to take? And then do an inventory on your time and start crossing those things off your list to get to the things that really bring you value, that make you money, that bring you freedom. It's Brett Snodgrass, Freedom Friday. See you guys.